This video is for standard FIFC, matching tables to graphs and equations, linear, quadratic, exponential, and absolute value. This video focuses on transformations. First is reflections. Reflecting across the x-axis. We're going to take f of x and turn it into negative f of x. So here's an example, y equals 2x plus 1. We're going to turn this into negative f of x, meaning we are going to do negative the entire thing. We're taking this whole thing and making it negative. We'll distribute that in, and it will become negative 2x minus 1. It's important to remember that you're distributing to everything. So it's not just a negative thrown out front, the negative gets distributed in. When reflecting across the y-axis, we're taking f of x and making it f of negative x. So in this example, we are going to only make the x negative. So it's going to become 3 times negative x plus 4. We do our distribution here to get negative 3x plus 4. The main difference here is for the first one, we had to distribute the negative into both terms. In the second one, only the x becomes negative. Dilations. There's some rules over to the left when a is greater than 1 and a is between 0 and 1. It tells you if it stretches or shrinks vertically or horizontally. I wanted to kind of add some details to this graph to make it a little bit more clear. So f of x means if there's a number in front of f of x that's greater than 1. So this would look something like 2 f of x. If you see that, you will stretch vertically. A number between 0 and 1 is a fraction. So if I have a fraction out front, I'm just going to use a half. A half f of x would shrink vertically. Now we're going to be dealing with numbers inside f of a of x. That would look like this. F of 2x. That's shrink horizontally. F of 1/2 x is stretch horizontally. This one will make more sense when you're looking at the practice. The last transformation is translations. That is moving up and down or left and right. Basically, if we want to move up, we are going to add to the end. That's the plus k right here. If we want to move down, we are going to subtract. If we want to move left, this is where it gets tricky. You add inside. That's the opposite of what you want it to be, but left is adding inside. And right is subtracting inside. So you want to pay special attention to moving left and right because it's the opposite of what you want it to be. But let me do an example up here. Let's say we have x plus 1 minus 3. If I wanted to move that up 2, I'm just going to add 2 at the end. X plus 1 minus 3 plus 2. I added on at the end, and then you could clean that up. If I wanted to move down, I'm going to subtract at the end. So let's move down 2. If I wanted to move left, I'm going to add inside. X plus 1 plus 2. Moving right, I'm going to subtract inside. So pay special attention to moving left and right. They're the opposite of what you want them to be. That concludes this video. You can move on and work on your practice.